Hey, 3-1. Gonna do a ritual.
What happens when you mic up Shadur Sanders at training camp? Chaos, swagger, trash talk so smooth it should be bottled, one-liners flying, coaches laughing, teammates stunned. Shedeur didn't just show up, he hijacked the script. Hit play before the NFL steals this footage for their next hype video.
He doesn't have Joel Bitonio and Wyatt Teller and DeJuan Jones and Conklin and Posick and these guys out there. He doesn't have Judy and Njoku. He's playing with the second team offense against Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward and Schlesinger and all these guys. And sounds like he did pretty good. I've seen the video clips. He's moving in the pocket well. He's finding his targets. He's hitting his targets. He's making plays on the run. He's throwing accurate passes on the move. He's doing all the things that during the pre-draft process, scouts and analysts said would be his positives, his pros moving into the NFL. And he looks impressive. It looked good. And I just want to see what continues to transpire as the week goes on. Does he start to take any reps with the first team offense against the first team defense?
It was supposed to be a normal training day, the kind where rookies run drills, veterans pretend not to care, and coaches scream motivational nonsense like they're auditioning for a bad sports movie. But then they mic'd up Shadur Sanders, and suddenly it wasn't practice anymore. It was primetime television.
Shadur Sanders has earned first team reps when training camp commences later in July. I'm not saying like he's the first guy up when you do 11 on 11s day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at training camp. I'm not necessarily saying that, but he's the one quarterback that we didn't get a chance to see take reps with the ones. But I think Shedeur has a chance to like make this conversation interesting if he gets those reps with the ones and he has the same success that he did with the 2s, the 3s, and the 4s. I have confidence he can show you something, but I got to see it. We all got to see it before we can actually judge that wholeheartely.
Shedeur was asked during training camp, why does he think he isn't getting the reps with the first team offense when training camp first started? And
you know I can't talk about that.
No. And Shedur's response was, it doesn't really faze me. You got to understand, we came all the way from a HBCU top to a Power 5 conference team, and now we're here. So my question to you is, what can you tell us about Shedeur when it's time to lock in and it's time
Hey, man, he's unflappable. We have been through so much as a family, as athletes, that he is prepared for everything. The only thing that really hurt me, when they started the line and saying he wasn't prepared or he was this or he came in with headphones on. I know my sheep. I know my son.
From the moment he laced up, it was clear this wasn't going to be business as usual. Nope. Shedeur wasn't there to blend in. He was there to take over. And oh boy, did he. 1 minute you're watching quarterbacks throw checkdowns. The next, you're watching Shedeur narrate his own highlight reel like he's Morgan Freeman with drip. He wasn't just playing football, he was performing. Calling out plays like a stand-up comedian running a tight set, roasting defenders like it was open mic night at the comedy club, and somehow managing to dish out NFL-level spirals while giving unsolicited life advice to wide receivers. If you closed your eyes, you'd think Tony Romo had been possessed by the ghost of Muhammad Ali.
So they get to 11 on 11 session, apparently, and they've got the first team defense out there, but it's the second team offense going against the first team. And who's leading the second team offense? It's Shadur Sanders. So Shadur Sanders is taking reps, and this is what we've been asking for forever. He's taking reps against the first team defense. And by all accounts, Kid held his own. And you got to remember when we're talking about this, I'm not saying that Shadur Sanders took first team reps. He did not. He took second team reps against the first team defense. He's playing with the second string offensive line.
Meanwhile, everyone else looked like NPCs just wandering around while the main character unlocked another skill tree. Teammates were either cracking up or trying desperately not to get featured in the next viral clip. Because when Shedeur talks, you listen. And when he throws, you catch it or you find yourself being memed on the team group chat. And let's be real. This wasn't some promising young QB getting comfortable. This was Shedeur grabbing the entire training camp narrative by the face mask and dragging it into his own personal Netflix special. He didn't just light up the field, he dropped the mic, literally, multiple times. and somehow made that look cool too.
My thing is, they never planned on taking him. The problem is, like Ocho Cinco said, you got somebody that has endeared himself to the locker room. And guess what? The difference between him and Tim Tebow, the biggest one is he can play. He can throw the ball. Tim Tebow running around being an H-back, he can throw the ball. And he's done everything he needs to do. He ain't saying nothing. He ain't rocking the boat. He ain't mad about the reps. He ain't mad about none of that. All the people out there want to see is this, like Tyver said earlier. We want to see what he can do with Jerry Jeudy.
That's it.
I want to see what he can do with David Njoku. I want to see him with Junkins. I want to see him with the first running backs. If you are cooking, if you are beating down the doors with the 3s and 4s, guess what? You deserve more.
Remember, this is the guy the Browns gave the fewest reps. Fewest? As in, let's see what the janitors got before we circle back to Shedeur. And yet, every single time he touches the ball, it's like watching a glitch in the simulation. How do you throw a 30-yard dime and deliver a roast so spicy it should be FDA regulated all in one breath? Quarterback room, please. It might as well be the Shedeur comedy and precision passing hour. You've got other QBs treating practice like a dental appointment, just trying to survive it. Then you've got Shedeur treating it like an audition for SNL and winning MVP while doing it. Coaches couldn't even fake neutrality. They were laughing. Laughing. One coach literally had to turn away mid-drill to keep it together, because it's hard to yell "run it again" when your mic'd-up rookie just made a joke so clever it deserves a writing credit.
It's a moment a lot of Browns fans have been looking forward to through training camp. Browns rookie quarterback Shadur Sanders getting first-team reps. Well, that happened during Wednesday's practice session for the very first time in a unique way. Now, Sanders got work against the first-team defense, but it was a mismatched 11-on-11. So while he was working against first-team defensive guys like Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, he was working with the second-team offense. Now, there were 4 reps in that session, so a small body of work. One of those plays was a rush. The other 3 were passes from Sanders. The first play, Sanders had an incompletion, but he started feeling comfortable. The next 2 passes were completed. Sanders went 2 for 3 in passing with that one rushing play.
At one point, a defensive back tried to chirp at him. Big mistake. Shedeur dropped a verbal stiff arm so devastating it deserves its own flag. The DB's ankles weren't just broken on the route, they were shattered emotionally. Word is, he's still looking for a comeback line somewhere in the hydration tent. And the best part? He's not even trying. That's the terrifying bit. Shedeur wasn't performing for cameras. He was just being Shedeur. Cool, calm, hilarious, and throwing lasers like it's a family BBQ and everyone's dared him to throw left-handed. He's not cocky. He's just playing a different game. One where charisma is a stat and his is maxed out. Meanwhile, fans are losing it. Clips from that mic up are already bouncing around Twitter like a ping-pong ball in a hurricane. One fan rewound a play 12 times, not to see the throw, but to catch what he said afterward. It was that good. Forget all 22 film. We need all Shedeur audio, uncensored, immediately.
QB tracker, Flacco 9 for 13 with 2 touchdowns. I also seen that he had an interception, but somebody dropped it. Shadur Sanders 7 for 10 against first team. Dylan Gabriel 3 for 4. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. 3 for 14 with 1 interception. 3 for 14? Now, I read that they were throwing different strategies at him, and he just couldn't handle it. 3 for 14 with 1 interception, and this is who y'all pick over Shadur Sanders. Now, I want all of you that sit here and watch this, the same ones, oh, Dylan's better, oh, he's this, and the third, oh my God. I see. What do you got to say now? 3 for 14?
And just to add insult to mediocrity, he wasn't just torching defenders and cracking jokes. He was coaching guys up too, telling receivers where to be before the route, helping linemen with cadence cues, basically running the offense like a young quarterback / stand-up / offensive coordinator. Meanwhile, the actual starter is somewhere off-screen triple-checking his job security. Now imagine being a veteran in that locker room, watching this unfold. You've been grinding for years, staying humble, respecting the process. Then this kid rolls in, mic'd up like he's filming a Netflix docuseries, and absolutely hijacks the spotlight. At some point, even the veterans had to admit it, this wasn't a fluke. This was a moment.
So what does Shedeur do? He looks off his first read, not there. I like how he moves a little bit to the right in the pocket. Okay, you can see him on his tippy toes between 61's legs because he's trying to see over. I like this drill. I've never been a part of a 7-on-7 drill where they are actually have interior lineman, center guard, left guard, right guard in front of you. 16 right here. Look at him. He can see his target. He gets off his second progression. This is red zone drills. Drills a dart between the safety and the corner. Really good route by 16. 25 tries to blow him up. This is going to be a touchdown, obviously, in real life. But I love the fact that he's getting off his progression. Bringing a shallow cross right there by the tight end.
Even the cameramen were obsessed. They followed him like he was a TikTok influencer with a Super Bowl ring. Every smirk with purpose was documented. There are war documentaries with less production value than what Shedeur accidentally created on that field. And yes, of course, the mic caught everything. The confidence, the cadence, the clapbacks. The whispered, "Watch this," before threading a needle through triple coverage like he's throwing darts at a moving target from a roller coaster. 1 second, he's making a throw that earns him film room praise. The next, he's doing play-by-play of himself like he's got a side hustle in broadcasting.
I don't think that's not my place, to answer, to even be able to give the answer to that. I feel like it's not in my control. So I'm not even gonna think about that or have that even in my thought process of why it is. Like, it's a lot of people that want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. So whenever that is, it is. But it doesn't make me feel down, or it doesn't make me feel left out or anything, because I know who I am as a person, I know who I am as an individual, and I know what I could bring to this team.
And then the cherry on top. The mic catches him mid-jog, cracking a joke about being mic'd up. Like, the man is meta. He's not just in the moment. He is the moment, and he knows it. Training camp has never looked more like a live comedy special and a quarterback clinic rolled into one. And Shedeur, he just strolled in, stole the show, and left everybody wondering why the Browns are still evaluating options. Because when you mic up a dude like that, you don't just capture content, you capture evidence. Evidence that this guy isn't waiting his turn, he's already running the show.